Britain's new budget is yet another step in the disturbing decline of that once great country. Will we avoid such a fate? Hello, I'm Steve Forbes, and this is What's Ahead, where you get the insights you need to better navigate these turbulent times. Given how much our political, legal, and economic institutions owe to the influence of Britain, the startling degeneration of our former mother country takes on special significance and worry. The latest example of this once influential nation falling apart is the government's just unveiled budget for the coming year. It is a blueprint for stagnation. Taxes are going up yet again, with scores of increases of all kinds. There will be no indexing of individual income tax brackets for inflation. The more inflation, the bigger the tax burden on wage earners. The amount of tax-free contributions people can make to their private retirement funds will be slashed. A new property tax is coming for higher-priced houses. Exactions on dividends and interest payments for upper-income folks will go up. The level of deductions for certain business investments will be reduced. A special capital gains penalty will be applied to entrepreneurs who sell their businesses to their employees. Now, where in the world did that idea come from? There'll even be a levy on milkshakes. Tax revenues are slated to reach 38% of GDP by 2030, the highest ever. Spending outlays are getting to French-like levels. No wonder economic growth is almost non-existent. Under such circumstances, normal officials would be rolling out cuts in tax rates and incentives to save and invest to get the economy engine fired up. But Britain's slide is not just economic. Amazingly, the country of the Magna Carta is moving to get rid of trials by jury, except for the most egregious crimes like murder and rape. Ostensibly, the move is to reduce the backlog of cases in English courts. The reality, however, is that this removes a fundamental barrier to government tyranny. It was such a curtailing of this right by British authorities in the 1770s that helped ignite the American Revolution. The right to trial by jury was spelled out in our Constitution. Another shocking assault on liberty is that Britain is curtailing free speech. London has criminalized online speech that is deemed offensive. Literally, thousands of arrests each year take place for alleged speech violations. It's not unusual for the police to come into the homes of suspected offenders. Conformity to the woke nostrums of cultural extremists is now being enforced by the state. Could such a descent happen here? Fortunately, we have a constitution that explicitly protects free speech and trial by jury. Britain's constitution is unwritten. While British-like destructive tendencies have been no strangers here, there has been a strong pushback, for instance, to allowing men to compete in women's sports. Republican-leaning states have been slashing taxes. President Trump and his administration have been scaling back destructive regulations while also easing the tax burden. But Democrats are dominated by the far left, and if the party whose symbol is the donkey gets back into power, there will be a full-throated attempt to turn back the clock and follow the hideous example of Britain. They'll pack the Supreme Court with new justices to gut the Constitution. What is happening in Britain is a warning to those who cherish liberty. I'm Steve Forbes. Thanks for listening. Do send in your comments and suggestions, and I look forward to being with you soon again.